From Bad Monkey Studios in beautiful Amish country, heard throughout these fabulous United States and around the globe on the World Wide Web, this is The B Team with Cory and Jim. So you know how a lot of people make New Year's resolutions.
I do. Well, yeah, because I was just at the gym.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah. I saw how many New Year's resolution people were in there.
See, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a resolutions guy.
Sure.
I very rarely have. Probably 3 times
either.
in my life. Because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that signs up for the gym and hits it really hard and then nobody sees me after March.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you feel like you failed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up.
That's right. But this year,
okay.
I did set one for myself.
It's a goal. It's not a resolution. Let's not put the label resolution on it. Because that's just, I feel like that's a failure term, you know?
Okay.
Unless.
We won't use resolution. We'll just say that I resolved to have a goal.
Boom. There you go.
So that's not a resolution.
No. How dare you put a resolution label on that?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But it was for the standard, since I got a back injury and all that stuff, I've done a lot of couch time and a lot of time behind a computer screen, and that ends up being weight around my waist,
Sure.
So I decided I'm going to drop some pounds.
Some LBs.
And I'm a former wrestler, so I know how to drop pounds as well as anybody. I can do it fast. I can do it slow. So I didn't really need anyone to instruct me on how to do it.
Right.
But there is a podcast that I listen to. A physician does it, a physician and his buddy. And I'm not going to say the name because they haven't supported us yet. So when they support us, we'll support them.
We'll get them on. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's do a little collab. I'll just sit up here and talk a bunch of bullshit about medicine that I don't know, and they'll just call me an idiot. Yeah. And then that'll be good. It'll be a fun show.
About right.
It'll be a fun show.
But I listened to this podcast, and he was talking about the benefits of fasting. Are you familiar with any of that?
Vaguely, I should say. Just from you hear about those cleanses, which is different, I think, from fasting. Because the cleanses, you're just eating or drinking something, just like one thing for like a week or some shit. Yeah. I'm not for sure, but fasting is you just don't eat. Correct. Yeah. You don't take in any food, drink water. As far as I know, as far as what I've heard, anyway, I'm not going to say that I know this, but from what I've heard, fasting isn't always the best solution for weight loss. Right. Because it does the opposite effect to your body in terms of ramping up metabolism. I don't know if that's true. Right. But anyway, continue. No, that's all right. Even though you asked me the question. No. But on this podcast, he was discussing the benefits. And at first, to me, the fasting people sound a lot like the marijuana people. All the claims that they make, that it fixes everything, because he was saying just fasting for a 24-hour period once a week is going to clear up your skin, heal some liver issues, some kidney issues, this and that. I mean, they were really pouring it on. They were just selling this. Well, now, can you drink water when you fast? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you need to. I would say so. You need to there's probably some credence to that, I would assume. Because if you're not consuming anything other than water, it's going to flush something out, right? I mean, all you're doing is hydrating at that point, so you're not putting any fats in your body. You're not putting any protein in there either, or any carbohydrates. So you're going to be, I would imagine, low on energy, depending on how long you do it. Right. But yeah, I'm sure that could. I don't know about all the claims of clearing up skin and stuff, but I'd imagine if you were to do a day of it, you'd probably feel pretty good. Yeah. You're not eating any crappy foods or something, just drinking water. Well, I will tell you this, since, because we're just now into the new year, I decided that I was going to do 2 days a week of fasting. Okay. Sunday and Thursday. Okay? I get Sunday. You're a man of faith. Yeah. So that's a rest day, rest my jaws.
Yeah.
From Little Debbie's.
And your bowels. You know what I'm saying? Give those things except your penis, because you're going to be peeing a lot.
Yeah.
You're drinking all that water.
Yeah.
And then Thursdays, huh? What's that for?
Well, here's the thing. I've done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've had one round here. We've had a Sunday,
Okay.
which was really nice. And let me tell you something. I don't know if it's just a blood pressure thing. That's another thing they claimed it healed, was like your blood pressure.
So does weed, by the way.
Yeah.
So I hear.
So I'm thinking about just smoking weed, but I think that makes you hungry, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's not going to help the fasting.
No.
You're not going to want to do that on Sundays or Thursdays, buddy.
No.
You're going to start standing a box of Captain Crunch, and that thing's like Sophia Vergara or whatever the hell her name is. To you, I'm going to destroy that.
I did it Sunday, and I can tell you what. Speaking of weed, by about let's see. I didn't eat anything after let's say Saturday around 8 or 9 p.m.
Okay.
Because I knew I was going to fast on
Right.
Sunday. I didn't. So I went from, let's say, 10 p.m. Saturday until 7 a.m. Monday.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So by about 11 p.m. on Sunday evening, I had a pretty good buzz going. It's a really weird thing. My whole body was just like, I'm like, Anna, I'm like tingling and buzzing. It's
I feel
like I'm
Superman.
high or something. She's like, well, maybe it's working. I said, yeah, or maybe I'm having a stroke. One of the two,
Yeah.
but
You're
I
still
felt
alive,
good.
though. You're still alive.
I didn't get a headache, which I was afraid of, because I thought
Yeah.
lack of Pepsi Max,
Caffeine,
lack
sure.
of the caffeine. I thought I'd get a headache. I didn't. So that was fine. The first round through, I was really excited. I was like, wow, that was pretty good. So I was actually looking forward to doing it again Thursday, which would have been yesterday. So I did it. Same thing as before, stopped eating Wednesday night, probably after supper. I don't think I had anything after 7 p.m.
Wow.
Wednesday night. So that would have meant this morning I'm free again to eat. This is Friday morning.
Right.
So I'm free again to eat. And it's not a balls out, eat whatever you want.
Right.
Just jam your face until the next
Oh,
fasting
we got a
day.
dozen donuts.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Let me just get to work.
Yeah.
Some of that.
So this morning, now I'm sorry to have to back us up again, but I didn't have any troubles the first
You're
on
Tarantino-ing
Sunday.
this right now. That's
Yeah,
all right.
on Monday, yeah. On Monday, I didn't have any problems.
Sure.
Going back to eating or anything, no stomach issues or anything like that. Well, this morning, I decided, I used the Metamucil.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I love Metamucil.
And that thing will
Love
get
it.
you percolate, man.
Let me tell you something. This morning I had Metamucil and a banana.
Ooh.
Now this banana wasn't big. It wasn't any bigger than your thumb. It was almost damn near a plantain.
Okay. A tiny guy.
Yeah,
Little guy.
a little banana.
Little dude.
Because I didn't want to start off with too much.
Right.
Now this is when the boys were getting ready to go to school. Now they go to school probably, it's about a half-hour drive away.
Right.
So I eat the banana. They get all their stuff together, and then we go out to the truck and we start rolling. Well, probably about 10 minutes into it.
Oh, man.
I'm like, man, a little uncomfortable. I'm probably going to end up with a little bit of gas on the way. So now, by the time I get them to school in the little roundabout thing where I got to drop them off, I'm in full-blown panic with sweat.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The worst.
They're saying stuff to me, and I'm just, bye, guys, bye. So they're out of the truck, and I'm hitting it coming home. And I didn't think I was going to make it.
You're not one of those guys that can go to the public restrooms? You can't do that?
There's what's between here and there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's really nothing. I'd have to stop at some
side of the road,
house.
bro.
Side of the road. I thought of it. I truly did.
Sometimes you just got to relieve a little pressure. You know what I'm saying?
But I keep my truck so clean, though. I don't think that there was anything in there that I could clean up with after.
And that's just
after the download.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
So I'm trying to call you to tell you when you get to the studio, come on in. I'm going to be in the bathroom. So there was no answer. So I went ahead and pulled and barely made. I mean, I was doing that clinch ass walk like a penguin.
Yeah, man.
Going to the side door. And I came in, and I have to walk up some stairs. You have to walk up a few.
That is a tricky scenario too when you're doing that, bro.
Yeah,
that's the struggle's real right there.
It's like those. Have you ever seen those people that spin the plates? You seen those plate spinners? It was one of those.
Yeah,
and I had about 30 plates going at one time.
Yeah,
and so I get to the top of the stairs. I open the bathroom door, and I got this thing on. I know this is a visual medium. Yeah, a big
it's a flannel
shirt.
but it's got like a sweet insulation inside.
Yeah, it's a coat.
It's a badass shirt, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. I absolutely love it.
That shirt's for men.
It really is.
What that is.
And I'm trying to unbutton it, but all of a sudden my hands are shaking. I can't get the buttons off. It's like that lady where the rapist is like 15 feet away from her in her car, and she's trying to get in. She's fumbling with the keys, trying to get in her car. That's what I felt like. I'm just trying to get this shirt off. And I get that last button, pull the shirt up over my head. I'm like, oh, no. This isn't going to happen. So I go down.
Flap.
Yep.
You go with the flap, like the tuxedo.
I drop flaps.
Boom.
I dropped flaps and I was, how do you say this delicately? I was sharting. I was blowing particle. We had yield before my knees were at a 90 degrees.
Oh.
Let's just say that.
Did you get any back spray?
Did
you get any back spray?
There's still some cleanup that needs to be done. I'll tell you that. There's still some, yeah.
Pictures to be posted soon.
Yeah. It was. That's why I was trying to call you the second time, is to let you know I'd be in the shower. I'm not joking. I had to shower.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you do. And that's brave of you to tell that story. Not most people would be that intimate.
It's a cautionary tale.
Sure. You don't want to eat bananas and Metamucil on an empty stomach, kids.
Nope.
Because that's just going to end up going bad.
Now, I highly recommend the fast for anybody who likes a nice buzz, because it's after about the 12 to 14 hour range, it's like, wow. Kids were like, we were all playing last, because you're not eating or anything.
Right. Yeah, your mind's focused on doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking about eating.
Yeah.
So you're like, what can I do right now?
Yeah.
Like, let's do a puzzle. I've not done a puzzle in the longest time. That's exactly what happened.
We didn't do a puzzle, but we played Battleship.
Oh,
nice. Just like nothing else. My kids were like, Pop, what's going on, man?
You're like, well, I wanted to school your asses in some fucking Battleship.
So there we are. That's how we get to where we're at.
And that's your new year.
Yeah.
Firing it up.
But I did make a resolution. No, there's no amount. I've always been one of those guys look at the mirror, not at the,
the scale's not going to tell you the whole story, man. It never does. Never does. That's good. I'm glad.
Me too. Glad. That's it. So I do have a New Year's resolution. It's just to pull off some LBs.
Good, man. That's good. And that's a good one to have.
Yeah.
Just a goal. That's just a goal. Yeah. I like to know. That's good that you're doing it that way.
Well, I was,
no like set number.
People were noticing that I wasn't getting smaller.
Yeah.
And especially with the beard, a lot of Santa Claus comments were starting to be made.
Okay.
So, I was lying to myself and kind of lying to them, saying, well, we're doing a filming project where I'm a bigger guy and become a smaller guy and blah, blah, blah.
Which is true.
Yes, that is true, but not to that extent. I could still lose 60 pounds, and people would still go, "Oh yeah, that fat motherfucker needs to use some weight." You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm okay to go ahead and get started.
You don't need to wait. Okay, you're not going to hurt the project. All right. Let me just tell you this: if we need to do some rewrites, that's going to be all right. We're
okay.
We'll be fine. Now.
All right.
Your health is we can't shoot you when you're dead. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Well, I mean, we could shoot
Nice.
you, but that's just rude.
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, man. Knock that out.
That's funny.
Yeah, my doctor asked me, man, you got insurance companies now, they have you do those yearly checkups.
Yeah.
Which is a bunch of horse shit. But because I wasn't that guy. You know, I'm the dude that, I'll break my arm, and I'd be like, well, if I can still move some stuff, it'll heal.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll click a little bit, sure, right? But yeah, it'll heal. And so now I have to go to the doctor, and the funny thing is they take your weight with all your clothes on, so they're not getting an accurate weight,
right.
And I was down a pound from last year. I don't even know what I was wearing last year, if I had shoes on, the same stuff. It wasn't the same year.
Oh, I'll tell you what you were wearing, if you want to know.
That's a discussion.
You were wearing flip-flops, Nike. You were wearing Nike flip-flops, no socks.
I think it was shoes, because wintertime.
You were wearing, it doesn't matter to you.
Well, that's true.
You have photo evidence. Those eagle claws fly.
I'm straight Viking when it comes to snow. I'll barefoot it. My feet are dead anyway.
You had sweatpants on.
Mm-hmm.
You had an Under Armour long sleeve shirt. Most probably
just a tee. I think it was a t-shirt.
Most probably with the faux turtleneck.
No, see, I only wear that for work stuff.
Really?
I don't like to wear that out and about like normally because it makes me look like a European. Like techno guy, like a douchey dude. Which, I'm a t-shirt guy. Yeah. But the hoodie was on for sure.
Yeah.
Hoodie and sweats, man. That's my go-to. And
you looking for your keys.
Always
giving yourself a pat down.
They're always in my kangaroo pouch. But I'm checking my side pockets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
You're
me.
funny.
That's me. But, I was same thing. She was like, what are your health goals for the year? And I'm like, to build more muscle and lose a little fat, man. Isn't that everybody's?
Yeah.
Well, probably not everybody's, but
more protein, less carbohydrates. That'll be $200.
Which I've started doing that, man. Yeah. Well, no, I don't. No, she didn't tell. She doesn't give me dietary advice because I'm not going to take it. She's one of those runner people, Yeah, okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Don't get me wrong.
There is,
but there's a difference of what.
That's like bicycle.
Of what
people.
I do.
There's something wrong with
bicycle people. Are a lot angrier than runner people. You know what I mean?
But they're not quite as boisterous as the cross trainer people.
CrossFit people?
Yeah. CrossFit? Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Yeah. You all right?
Got a little shot at me there. That coffee's biting back today.
Yeah. You're enjoying a coffee? I'm
7-Eleven.
Nice Pepsi Max.
Pepsi, that's right. You know what? We're not going to do the Pepsi 1 or whatever, Pepsi 0. It's Pepsi Max.
Always will be, always has been.
Church it up. Anyway. But yeah, well, good, man. Good. Now that our New Year's resolutions are out of the way. It is a new year. First show of the new year, by the way.
Oh, it is, by the way.
First show.
Yeah. 2019.
Maybe the last show in the Rape Studios.
I'm so hopeful. There's been so many hiccups. A piece of equipment will come, and they will have forgot to put the flange breaker pipe on it, so they have to send the flange from
Germany.
Yeah.
Well, that's us, man. That's us. That's just been this show. Yeah. It's an uphill battle, but that's all right. We're used to it.
Yeah.
Even if we have to do the show from the Rape Studios, it doesn't matter. We'll Buffalo Bill it all the way home.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
Of the Buffalo Bill. Well, not
kidnapping chicks and skinning them alive.
There was probably no rape there, right? Because
I don't think so.
He wanted to be a pretty lady.
Yeah, just the fattening, or the starving, and then the skinning.
Could you tuck like that? Like he did?
Believe so.
Would you be able to?
It's just painful.
Nothing go. Yeah.
It just seems like that.
There's
painful
no way
to me.
There's no way. And what do you do? Do you do it in a?
I don't know.
We'll use cheese jargon here. Do you do it semi-soft? Or you do it crumbly?
I think you're gonna have to go. I would imagine flaccid.
Yeah.
Otherwise, logistically, that's a bad day. You're gonna be straining some muscles there, man. I would think.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know though. I don't tuck a lot.
No, I've never
stuff.
even tried
Sure,
it.
I'm gonna stuff, but I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. That's an old school. That's a 1980s tube sock I've got down there.
Yeah, and that thing's thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
You got good taste in socks, buddy.
So I'm watching No, I'm not watching. I'm listening, as I always do, to a little bit of terrestrial radio. And there is
extraterrestrial radio.
Yeah. And there is an interview. What? You laughing because I didn't get anything out of that?
No, that was just retarded. I don't know. I haven't said that. R-jar. That's 2 R-jars. Horrible.
But they were interviewing Jerry Lewis. Do you know Jerry Lewis?
The piano player.
No.
Phenomenal.
Nope, that's Jerry Lee.
I know. I'm just joking with you.
Dude, something apparently you're not able to take this morning since you shat yourself.
That's all I can think about. My whole day's wrecked.
I know.
It doesn't matter what I do the rest of the day. That's all I'm going to think about.
Me spray painting my bathroom? Yeah.
No, that's for you, I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
I've already moved past that. I mean, I'll come back to it later
it's horrible.
in the day.
But I'm watching an interview with Jerry Lewis where he is clearly Jerry Lewis. He was teamed up with Dean Martin back in the day, 1,000,000 years ago.
Right. Rat Pack.
And he was, at one time, probably the most famous person on the planet, still super famous in France for some reason. Yeah.
It's odd.
But he has just become a grouchy 90-year-old man. So he's doing an interview with this, I'll call him a kid, probably very, very early 30s. And this guy is trying his best, and Jerry's not giving him anything.
Okay.
This kid is asking, what's the difference between you doing a show now and back in the heyday, back in the 50s,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And Jerry, he's just like, nothing. That's it. Just like one word answer. He doesn't want this guy in his house. Yeah. Clearly, I wish I had the audio for it to play for you right now, but I don't. It was just horrible. I felt so sorry for that guy. That guy, I so badly wanted him to just say "F you, you old crotchety old, irrelevant human being." But one thing Jerry did say, and he has said it in the past. He said it a long time ago when asked about, I believe it was Lucille Ball he was asked about. He said that women are not funny. So he doesn't believe women are funny, and he still believes that to this day.
I disagree, for sure.
We got some funny ones out there.
There's no doubt about it. Super funny ones out there.
Yeah.
Super funny. I will say men tend to be funnier at stand-up for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I can't put it, to me anyway, let's say that. Because it's subjective. It's also comedy subjective. So you could say, one person could say this person's hilarious, another person can hate that person.
Yeah.
But in my experience, stand-up comedians, and I've heard some funny female stand-up comedians, don't get me wrong, but men typically are funnier. And I think, I don't really know why. Men
are funnier to men. Men are funnier to you.
To me, for sure. They do better, obviously, nationally. If you think about, you could name way more famous stand-up male comedians than you can female.
Yeah.
But and that's probably just because, not a lot of females probably get into that. I mean, I think it's growing. So I think that shift's going to happen because there's a lot of funny, like you said, there's a lot of funny stand-ups out there that are females. But right now, it's just dominated by men that are super funny, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're not talking about just Joe Smoes. You got the Louis C.K.'s of the world, Bill Burrs, those guys, just hilarious. And then you have the clean acts. Tom Segura, that guy's not clean, but he's super, super funny.
Yeah. Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just heavy hitters right now.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan talks about it all the time about this being like the golden age of comedy, he thinks, for stand-up. And he might be right. There's so many funny dudes out there.
Are.
So many funny guys. But, yeah, I disagree. I disagree with that. Because
I think a lot of it, too, Cory, is that we are like you and I could go to the same show and have terribly differing opinions on what is funny and what's not funny from the stage.
Absolutely.
Like, I think with our age difference, I'm in my 50s, you're in your late 20s. If we went to an Amy Schumer show,
right?
I'm still old fashioned. I'm not used to women talking about dicks and sex acts and you know, toilet stuff from that. So that's still just a little, I guess, probably more in the back of my brain than anything. It's still a little shocking to me. Whereas your generation, you guys, you know,
that's the norm.
You had Sarah Silverman, and
I don't find Amy Schumer funny. Personally, I don't think her stand-up's funny. But sure, yeah, that's not when you've heard people like Lisa Lampanelli do stand-up.
Goodness, yeah.
None of the like dick jokes and stuff coming from a female, Sarah Silverman, another one. It doesn't bother me, and I've heard it, you know, so it's not shocking to me. But for you, sure, that was not the norm back in the day at all. That, you know, dudes for sure, but females no.
So that's a little bit back there. I don't want to sound like an old curmudgeon or something, like I don't understand it, or it's just so shocking. I sat there with my hands up to my mouth like, oh no, I'm not
that
like
kind
that.
Of guy, right?
But it's still, I think, on some level in my psyche, it's like, oh, this just, you know,
rubs you the wrong way a little bit.
She could be a mother or a, you know,
sure. Yeah.
You know.
Well, and I think that's the funny thing about people in general is you have like this perception, you know, or you put them in that kind of a role. So like a stand-up comedian that's a mom, and she starts slinging some dick jokes around there.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking, well, you got kids. Well, so does that dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
Right. And it's just fun. You know, it's just one of those things. I guess. I think that's what makes. As I get older, that stuff like that makes me laugh even more.
Yeah.
Like if I were to think about her, like let's say it's Amy Schumer, for example. Did you throw her name out there? She's doing stand-up, you know, and stuff like that. If I start thinking, like if she's telling a really raunchy joke that I find that's funny, and then I start thinking about her in the role of a mom as well, you know, doing mom crap, that could enhance the joke for me in a sense of this is now becoming much more hilarious to me, depending on the situation, you know. I'll start thinking about that kind of ancillary, secondary stuff, as well as, you know, what's going on in the joke. Just funny.
I think about the fact, and to me, women have always been the voice of reason. My mom was the voice of reason at our house.
Yeah.
Hannah's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just another one of her boys, you know.
In a sense,
she
sure.
But it was always that way. And then to have a person like, and I always told my kids, and I was told by my mom, if you get in trouble and you can't find a cop, you just find the nearest woman. Find the nearest lady to go to
usually that's your safe bet.
If you're lost or whatever. Yeah. So that's why it's so much different to me now, because they're making themselves almost sound like as big a jackass as we are.
Sure, and I think that's what a lot of guys like who say that women aren't funny, that they try to do is they try to sound like a guy. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't. Who cares? Number one,
yeah.
That doesn't make a difference. Who gives a shit?
Right.
If they're funny, they're funny. Right?
Funny's funny. That's
I don't care how you deliver it. If you make me laugh, you make me laugh.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I think it's just funny how a lot of people kind of maybe look at it like that. You know, it's like they're trying to be like guys. I don't know, but there's a lot of funny chicks out there, man.
I listed a few.
Let's go through the list because there's some I don't know. Now there's some more newer ones, obviously I do know, and there's one on here that is not on here that needs to be mentioned.
There's several of them. That's why I put etc.
The big one is Tina Fey. That's not on there.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Because there's a woman right there, not stand up wise, but writing. Holy smokes, man!
Yep.
She can go toe to toe with any dude.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
No doubt.
No doubt about it.
I agree.
We got Amy Poehler, very very funny.
But see, even her. She seems like she would come up on the cusp of filth, but not quite cross into it. Still have some of that lady-like structure to her joke.
Have you seen Sisters? Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
With Tina Fey and her?
I don't know why I haven't.
There's some raunchiness in that for
Is
sure.
there? Yeah.
There is. Yeah. And that's a funny movie. Yeah, I mean, but there's got the thing about that is, and I think it's starting to change, but there's always been, like you said, there's always kind of been like this aura around women. Like you don't want to think of them as dirty. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
until it's time to be dirty.
Right. It sullies it a little bit. You think, but at the end of the day, especially now, man, there's just so much of that out there anymore that whole veil has just dropped to me.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. There's people are so different. You know what I mean? There's definitely those people that are way more reserved and they have that sort of image, if you will. And then there's other females that's not there. It's non-existent because they don't want it to be. Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not delusional. I don't think that, Amy Schumer, even though she's like the filthiest female to step on stage, in my mind, I don't think that when she's off the clock, I don't think she walks around talking like that.
Probably
you know what
not.
I'm saying? I'm sure that
I doubt it.
Yeah. Or any of the rest of them, really.
Well, I don't think anybody in general is like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because you've met male comedians. I've met male comedians, and they're usually super quiet and
a lot.
If you think you're going to get a show when you meet them at the bus station, you're not.
I will say this. It seems like the more reserved a stand-up is in his personal life, let's say just kind of, I don't want to say not quiet, but kind of reclusive a little bit. Not hermity, but doesn't put themselves out there a lot, are usually better in stand-up. Because I think they look at things differently and they have a better spin on things. So like they'll look at the same thing as another stand-up will, who maybe is a little bit more, like you said, boisterous, a little bit more friendly, has a lot of friends and stuff. Still funny on this guy, but the guy who is going to look at it from another angle is going to be, to me, usually funnier. Yeah. Because you're not thinking about it how they are, and then when you start to think about it the way they're seeing it, it becomes that much funnier. You know,
I agree.
And I think women are the same way. Would tend to be the ones that are a little bit more sucked back and perceptive, have much more of a chance to be super hilarious, just depending on how they're processing and seeing everything. You know,
but that's definitely Tina Fey, because she's not out there. She's not like in your face with it. That's what makes her an awesome writer.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
She's so funny. Hilarious.
If people knew the stuff that she's written, and
been involved in,
because you think of her more of an entertainer.
You think of that, and as an actress now,
yeah.
But before acting, dude, crushing it as a writer, and even still as an actor, or actress, excuse me, was writing, still writing, producing movies, all that stuff. Super funny, man. Sarah Silverman's on there, very funny stand-up. Ellen, underrated. But really, really funny.
She is. Yeah.
She is right in her wheelhouse, though, man, with the talk show stuff.
Yep.
Really funny. Like, there's not a more perfect person, I think, to pick up where Oprah left off than Ellen. Man, she took that mantle and just straight ran with it. Is way funnier. Well, with the stand-up crap. Yeah. Or not stand-up, wow.
Stand-up.
Talk show stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ellen, man, super funny. Super funny.
I agree.
Very, very funny.
Always liked her.
Kristen Wiig, I don't know how she pronounces her first name, but there's as an actress, it's right there at the top of her game right now, man.
Yeah,
can play that super awkward person, really, really well.
Yes,
super funny. Mindy Kaling, there's another writer / actress that's really funny and I think a little underrated. Melissa McCarthy, there's your heavy hitter. As far as there's top of the food chain when it comes to the actress comedian, there's nobody better right now, in my opinion.
She's fearless
and fucking rock solid, man.
Yeah,
rock solid, super funny. Lisa Lampanelli, really good stand up. Very vulgar, very vulgar, and but hey, she's out there doing it, bro.
Yeah,
but there's one chick right there that I would say can go toe to toe with any dude. And like a roast off or like a roast battle.
She has.
And has done it, yes. And there's bro. Yeah. There's a woman right there you don't want to do that with because she'll fucking rip you apart.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Lena Dunham. The name sounds familiar, but you're gonna have to
I don't remember.
I want to say
I don't remember. Is she an SNL?
I think so.
Person?
And that's where I think that I've heard the name. I can't. Is she dead? Did she die?
No, I don't think so.
Because SNL had a couple females that passed away just recently, either 2015 or this year. And I want to say Lena Dunham was one of them, but I don't know that. I'm talking out of my ass a little bit. If you hit on the googly internet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Joan Rivers, hilarious. Even as she got older, man.
Yeah.
And she'd give it to people, too. I just saw her recently getting involved with a heckler. Huh.
Yeah.
Tore that dude a new one.
Yeah,
it was
my
awesome.
brother and I watched, it was last year around this time. We watched a 2-hour special she had in Vegas or something. And she destroyed. I never watched a full
Super
show.
funny.
I've seen her do the other things, sit in for Johnny Carson. She did a lot of that before he left, before he retired. She would sit in for him, and I saw her on things like that, and just on those. She did that clothing shows for a while, didn't she?
I don't know. I've not seen a ton of Joan Rivers, but what I have seen of her do.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I hadn't seen her. My
Very
point
funny.
was,
very funny.
I'm beating this to death, but my point was that I had not seen her stand up before.
Yeah.
I got to see it once, and it was unbelievable.
On point, man.
Yeah,
she is super
she
funny.
Destroyed.
From what I've seen. Lucille Ball.
Oh man,
probably
there's your actress. Yeah,
I think there is, as far as the historical comedy goes, she knocked it all down for everybody else.
Yeah,
man, just hilarious.
Yeah,
and did a lot back in the day. Interracial marriage. People, that was a big thing back in the day.
Yeah,
and then she was just huge for I Love Lucy. That show's still in syndication.
Yep,
it's unbelievable.
Yep,
well, it's still funny.
Yeah.
That show's still funny if you watch that show.
Yes, it is.
I do not know who Kristen Schaal.
Kristen Schaal. She is on. Big voiceover girl. I mean, she is on everything voiceover wise.
Is she Bart Simpson? Or is that different? Okay.
No.
All right.
She is on. What's the guy's name that played MacGruber? Will
Forte.
Forte.
Yeah.
She's on his show.
Oh, she's is she Last Man on Earth? She's the main
his wife.
Okay, yes. I'm tracking.
Yeah.
I'm tracking.
That's
Yes,
her.
It's very funny.
Oh, she's
Very funny.
hilarious.
Another
Anything
person-
she's in, I'll watch.
Another person that's great at doing that awkward role, man.
Yeah.
Just so funny. She's rock solid too, for sure. Chelsea Peretti, is that? I'm thinking, is she in
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've seen she is funny, especially in that setting. Like, she's funny on television. I haven't seen a ton of her stand up. I know that's where she made her bones, if you will, or like kind of got her start. From what I have seen, though, it's been pretty amusing. It's been good stuff because she's got kind of it's laid back. It's not like Mitch Hedberg. Because she doesn't do like puns or anything.
Yeah.
But she's super laid back with it, Whereas where most female comedians are aggressive.
Yeah, it's cutting, but laid back.
Right.
Kind of like backhanded compliments and that sort of thing.
Man.
Wait a minute.
But it's awesome.
What?
But it's very, very funny. Very, very funny. And then the last one we have on this list particular is Maria Bamford, which that's not ringing bells.
She is really well known. She's from my time. I like her a lot. She is without question my favorite female comic.
What would she have
blonde.
been in?
When you would
done?
see her on stage, she's a stand up. When you see her on stage, she had that like almost little girl voice she would do, but then she could switch out of that on stage and become like her mother.
Okay.
Like things that her mother would say to her. She's just really funny. Very active in the mental health world. She had some of her own issues. I've read papers about her.
I'll have to look her up, man, because she hasn't been in any movies that you can think of her.
No,
more stand-up.
not that I can. Yeah,
I'll find. I'm sure they got her on YouTube.
Phenomenal.
I'm sure.
And then I put et cetera because there's just more and more and more. I couldn't list all of them.
Those are the ones that we mentioned are obviously super mainstream as far as being well known.
Yeah.
But the list goes on and on. I'm sure there's people that are even mainstream that we missed.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a lot of the SNL girls right now. Hilarious,
Yeah.
very very funny.
Yep.
Um,
Maureen
yeah.
O'Hara.
I think the tide's shifting, man. I think the females are definitely they're becoming more accepted in the stand-up role and in just the writer capacity.
Yeah.
Because I think this in general, women do a much better job analytically than men do. I think more often than not, as far as breaking things down and seeing things sort of at a deeper level, usually.
Yeah.
I think that's just in general. That's not for everybody, obviously, but I think majority for sure. And I think that's writing wise for sure, man. They're definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the stand-up's coming because more female comedians are hitting, the stage, and it's like anything else. It's going to take a period of evolving, You're going to look at somebody like the Lampanellis, at least a younger girl is, and then she's going to model some of her act off of that. She might take some of Silverman's stuff or that style, because everybody does that when they start out, They'll have their hero.
Everybody wants to be Richard Pryor.
Richard was really funny.
Oh, man.
Really funny.
That's what
man.
Guys did. That's my point.
Right.
That's a lot of
Yes.
guys. You hear a ton of I've heard a ton of comics say that their first when they dipped their toe into comedy is when they were young. They would put on the Richard Pryor album and just lip sync it. Just pretend it's them on
Get the
stage.
cadence, the timing.
A million
Sure.
people
Sure.
have said that they did that. And Eddie Murphy, too.
Eddie was a huge one back in the day, for sure. But yeah, man. Yeah, women are absolutely funny. They are absolutely funny. Jerry Lewis just sounds like a dude that's a product of that generation when he says that. And I think he's being a little bit obtuse, if you will.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, we are going to need to take a quick break.
A little breaky break.
Yep, and we will be right back.
So let me do one clean joke for the ladies and then a dirty one for the rest of us pigs. This is actually very cute. It's not even a joke, really. It's more of a Hans Christian Andersen type of tale to tell the children. Clean joke number one. Little boy and a little girl are taking a bath together. Little boy says, "Daddy, what's that between my sister's legs?" And the father said, "That's where God hit her with the golden axe." And he said, "Wow, he's got good aim. He hit her right in the cunt."
Hi, Shane here, and I like butter. You know what else I like? To listen to the B Team with Cory and Jim.
O'Brien Medicine. When you care about people, you create relationships, trust, and loyalty that no amount of money can buy. When you care about people, you are truly making a difference in their lives. Better health and wellness through medical and alternative treatments makes our patients' lives better. O'Brien Medicine, offering same-day appointments and flexible scheduling to meet your needs. O'Brien Medicine, tailored treatment options including nutrition, exercise, and medical interventions. Find out more at o'brienmedicine.com or call 614-344-7601. O'Brien Medicine, home of the same-day appointment.
Hi, this is Emma Woods. Check out my book Beast and Savages and listen to the B Team with Cory and Jim.
And we are
Music! Have you heard this story about Amazon's Alexa and her foul-ass mouth? Speaking of funny females.
I saw a video of it on YouTube, man. Or maybe it's Instagram, something on social media, where a child who could not speak clearly because they're just learning how to talk, like a 2-year-old baby, did the Alexa thing and said something.
Yeah.
So Alexa all of a sudden starts ripping off fucking pussy and cock. And they're like, Alexa, no. It was so funny.
I have the story here.
Fired up, man.
Parents panic as Amazon's Alexa starts reciting crude porn phrases to toddler who asks for nursery rhyme.
Hilarious.
It was meant to be a cute clip of a toddler playing with his family's new gadget and listening to nursery rhymes, but it went seriously wrong. A toddler's parents panicked when their new device started spouting pornographic phrases to their little boy as they frantically tried to make it stop. In the hilarious video, the little boy asked the voice service Alexa on his family's new Amazon Echo Dot gadget to play Digger Digger.
That's right, yeah.
When his mom prompts him to request wheels on the bus, he doesn't even get a chance to speak before Alexa starts spouting crude words back at him. She says, "You want to hear a station for porn detected, porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, calling, sexy fuck, cunt, shit, sex cock, pussy, anal dildo." Everything you don't want your kid to hear until he's 30. Realizing what's happening as it unfolds, his parents frantically shout, "No, no, Alexa, stop," as their unsuspecting child looks up at them, confused and worried. Needless to say, they quickly turn the camera off, but not before having a little chuckle. Some people speculated that Alexa might have remembered a previous command given to it or was repeating the internet history. In reality, she appears to have been reading out the name of a spoof ringtone for Android phones on Spotify entitled Porn Detected. Porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl calling sexy F.
Every other word that you
every
just
word
said.
in the world.
Right.
So that explains what Alexa was saying, but it's still not known why exactly she did it. After they had got over the shock and Alexa had quieted down, luckily the family saw the funny side, and even the young boy's dad can't help but burst out laughing at the end of the clip. They uploaded the video to YouTube, where it has received over 3 million views in just 2 days, and that's way up there now.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected, porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl calling sexy.
No.
Pussy anal dildo ringtone.
Alexa, stop!
One YouTuber commented that the child won't even remember anything he had heard.
Probably not.
He wrote, "What's the fuss about? The kid probably won't understand or remember any of the words." A spokesperson for Amazon told Daily Mail Online that the company has contacted the family to apologize. She said, "This issue has been fixed, and we are working to build additional restrictions to prevent this from happening in the future." So that was my first thought of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that she was repeating something like Dad had been,
no, I didn't think that at all.
Didn't you?
No, because dude, it's like Google. You can type in, if you type in one word, and it seems like somebody in the porno realm has already thought of some way to incorporate whatever word it is into something dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was hilarious that whatever was occurring was unfolding the way it did. I don't know. I don't know what prompted it. Yeah, the kid doesn't say anything remotely sexual at all, and then it just goes right into it, which I thought was weird, but it's still really funny.
Yes, it is.
But no, I didn't even think about like a history of pops or whatever looking up crap.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how that service works. I don't know if it's like feeding off of maybe just your internet, and then because that'd be weird. Like if you go to Google and type in keywords, like stuff that you've already searched pops up, but.
Well, it's just a search engine, right?
Right, it's Amazon. So I mean, you're just telling it, hey, search for this. It's like Siri.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think Siri remembers what you, or she might. I don't know. I'm not a tech guy, but I don't think Siri, knows or can, unless you have like Apple products as your computer, would be able to like access your search history.
I would hope not, because I would hate to think I would walk into the house and Siri would think I was like all by myself. And I'd be like, "Good afternoon, Siri. Good afternoon, Jim. big oily titties today? And I said, no. I'm there with my mom. And like, no, thank you, Siri. Shut down.
Take a nap, Siri.
Maybe later.
Okay, your turn's over.
Yeah.
Your turn's over today. All right, we've had about enough of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't. Maybe. But that would be really funny. That's the future, for sure. Everybody's going to have that in their house where they walk in, and it's going to be like, they're going to have like the Jarvis or the Siri, where they're going to say, oh, hey, Siri, can you turn on my lights? And then it'll be like, oh, and then all of a sudden this porno will be, yeah, when you're walking with your mom, it's like, no, Siri, that's not the time for this. But thank you. Yeah, it's going to be something
As
like
your
that.
robot walks out of the shower.
That's the
your
dream.
sex robot.
The Rocky robot.
Yeah, the one that has the Johansson body.
Oh, Scarlett
and
looks
yeah.
just like Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
That's probably
Well,
a popular
mine,
model.
I would upgrade and get the Sophia.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend a little extra coin.
Yeah.
She's
the
a little bit.
22-year-old Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even the 50-year-old.
No, yeah, I'll take the.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like,
You're
I'm
not
complaining.
There's no wrong way to go there. It doesn't matter how you
Nope.
slice it
No.
on that one, buddy. Yeah, she's a good-looking female. There's no doubt. That's still so weird to me, this sex robot thing.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have one?
There's not a chance on earth. Number one, I can't afford that. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think that's gonna run in the future?
Oh, they'll be eventually
90 cubits. I don't know. That's a measurement.
Probably. How many credits is that going to be? Eventually, they're going to be like $12. You can get them at the gas station. Eventually, that's how everything is, right?
Yeah.
You can your cell phones. Well, now if you get the nice ones, they're what, $700 or $800. But you can go get those, pay as you go. So, but I imagine they're going to reflect how much they cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You pay $10,000, you're going to get your Sophia's looking robots. You pay $100.
Yeah.
It might be a little different. Maybe a few extra pounds on that robot. Maybe some mustache stuff going on.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit of stuff, the problem on the line, and she's missing an eyebrow or an eye.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be some rough.
But there will be a market for that.
Oh, there's no doubt. This eyeless dudes.
Yeah.
They walk in and see a robot with a missing eye, sex robot. They go all over it.
That's my girl.
Lady in red. That's all you're gonna be hearing in their heads. It's gonna be game on at that point. For sure. Yeah.
I think they are slowly getting us humans into that mindset, though. And I believe they started with the fake boobies, the silicone. Because you feel those and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. So they're going to get us used to what the robots are going to feel like.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I like all natural, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? You
like the ladies. You're not going to go.
I'm not going Android.
No.
Unless I come back in the future. I get my body frozen and I'm part Android. Then maybe it'll feel more natural.
Which is the plan.
Oh sure.
Right now.
Oh yeah. Once I get enough money, I'm just saving because it's going to take a while. Or I get that Walt Disney cash.
Yeah.
I think his head's just frozen.
I don't know.
Once they're able to bring him back, that's the plan. Like a Terminator type scenario. Just chiseled like Arnold.
I can't imagine.
There's going to be some really weird shit that happens in the future. I'll see some of it. You'll be long dead before.
Yeah, I'll be checking out. Yeah, I'm gonna. I think
you'll see some
will
cool
be checking
stuff
out about the right time.
Yeah, but yeah,
I think so.
I'm gonna see some really super weird shit.
Yeah,
you'll see some weird stuff. I'm gonna see the really really weird stuff.
Yeah, I might see some of the same stuff you do, but I won't remember it.
Yeah, by that time you'll be in a home.
Yeah.
I'll come visit you and feed you pudding and
stuff.
stuff.
And I'll call you.
We'll
Tommy.
still do the show.
Yeah,
because by then it'll be really funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it'll be because it'll just be nonsense coming from you. Yeah, you won't. Yeah, you'll have no idea who I am. You'll keep trying to eat the microphone.
What's today, Jim? Orange. Yep, you're right.
Bunch of commies running around here.
Oh man,
yeah, that'll be the whole thing. That'll be the whole thing.
You're really hoping I turn out to be like this crazy racist old man, aren't you?
Yeah, because that's going to be really funny. That's going to be really funny. That reminds me of a story. Actually.
Yeah?
It's math class I was in. This was in high school. Now, the teacher, sweet guy, a little deaf, so, kind of not, he was there, but if you just talked to him a little bit, it would seem like something's just a tad off.
Okay.
But it was hilarious because we had some foreign exchange students there, and one happened to be Korean. And it seemed like to me that there was some misplaced anger towards this student. Ooh. Okay, now I thought it was really funny because I actually asked the question one day because I'm a dick. I said, "Sir, were you in the Korean War?" And he said yes, which prompted me to almost lose my mind because I'm like, okay, now I've got you. Why there's some misdirected anger towards this particular student. And I just thought it was really funny. But, like, you know, because he seemed like such a nice guy. Yeah. Like, I don't think that he had like a really mean bone in his body.
Yeah, but when he looked at that kid,
all of a sudden, dude, there's some just...
He saw the kid squatting, you know,
something.
Wearing like a banana loincloth.
Something going on there, bro. Yeah. And it just, to me, that's... Because it was like a couple days of him, like, it seemed like anytime there was a commotion, he would, like, point him out, like, as being the starter, even though the dude never did anything.
Instigator.
Yeah. Even though the dude never did, like, anything like that. It was always, like, me and somebody else. Yeah. So then that's when I asked him. And dude answered the question without skipping a beat, man. Didn't even, like, come at me. Yeah. Like in a strange way. Yeah. I'm like, hey, sir, were you in the Korean War? And he was like, yeah. And then just kept doing his thing. Oh, like, man. Didn't even pick up on the fact that I was basically making fun of him or calling him out for being a super racist. Yeah. And just didn't skip a beat, bro.
Well, did the kid play along, or was he kind of aloof about it?
Yeah, because there was a language barrier.
Okay.
There a little bit.
Because that could have been some fun.
There's no doubt.
He could have thrown in a couple, dinky down!
If he did, dude, it'd be my favorite person of all time because that would be the funniest shit ever. But no, man. No, if he had a better grasp on the English language, then maybe something awesome like that could have took place. But no, it didn't. I wish, though, now that you've mentioned that it did. But yeah, it just reminded me of that.
Especially if every time he looked at that kid, bro, it was like he was a POW again, looking out the bamboo.
It kind of seemed that way a little bit. You know, I'm like, this guy went through some shit wherever he was at.
And every time he looked at the kid,
flashbacks,
bro. In his mind, the kid would say, "You right, you right." Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So it just was the funniest shit to me. I just thought it was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
It's ridiculous, but it's really funny. Really funny.
I have a few emails if you're interested.
Fire them bad boys at me.
Painstain says, I absolutely loved the end of year show. You guys laughing made me laugh so hard I nearly soiled myself. Looking forward to listening in 2017.
Isn't that so funny, though, man? When you hear people laugh, it's almost like a disease. It's almost infectious.
Like a yawn.
Yeah. Like when somebody's laughing really, really hard, whatever they're laughing at, you might not even have thought was funny.
Especially
the way they're laughing.
Especially a good laugh.
You got like a funny laugh.
You got a good laugh, and that sets me off because when you start laughing,
I know.
You can't even communicate, which is funny to me.
Right.
And I have a friend that's like that, Jeff. He's got the best laugh in the world, and he's like you. He nearly stops breathing. You have to check.
That's how my dad is.
And you're like, uh-oh.
Is this dude dying?
I believe I just broke him.
There's some times, man, when you're laughing so hard, me personally, I don't think that I'm going to breathe again.
Yeah.
Like, I get legitimately scared when something that funny hits because I'm like, I'm not going to breathe anymore.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to go out.
I'll get to points, there are certain times I'll laugh and I will literally be gasping. Like, no, they have to stop talking. They have no idea how close I am to probably dying.
Having a full brain stroke now. Yeah. That's what, when my dad laughs, he looks like he's physically having a heart attack. He grabs his chest and he goes, like that. It is the funniest thing ever. Every time he hits a hard laugh, I'm like, here it is. He's going down this time. And he always comes out of it. But it looks like he's dying.
Now, I'm interested because your dad is almost 80.
He is, yes.
What does he find funny? What's funny to him?
You know what? He likes all the old stuff because he grew up in the 30s and shit. But
it's still good. If it holds up, it holds up.
There's no doubt.
Funny's funny, like you said.
But you know what? I've played some more contemporary stuff for him. And He laughs. He's really into slapstick, though, man. Like, loves it.
Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Probably.
But, like, even not even so overt. Like, just little shit. You know, that's in like a... He, if you want to see him laugh really hard, you ever seen the movie Ghost Dad? Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Oh man,
dude, he loves it. The scene where he's in the cab and he's talking about the guy being Satan, or him being Satan, and giving him directions and shit. Yeah. Driving, almost kills my dad every time he sees it. Really? It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Really?
And that's not really slapstick heavy. There's some physical comedy there a little bit, but yeah, man. He likes some newer stuff too. You know, just. He's not. I always worry about him because I'll think a movie's hilarious, but like I always steer away from like quick like quips, like fast humor.
Yeah.
Because you know he's older and he can't hear really well, so he'll miss that stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's really overt or like slapsticky kind of comedy, he loves it.
He's not cut out for Gilmore Girls.
No.
That rapid pace.
Actually, you know
100
what?
mile per hour.
He might like that show. Just from a simple fact of I've never seen it, so I think it's a good story, right?
Oh sure.
So
it's pretty girls to look at.
I think he'd be involved from that standpoint, but I don't think he'd get every joke that they threw out. I mean, that's not like a comedy heavy show anyway. But,
no, yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna miss some stuff in there for sure. Absolutely.
It is so rapidly paced. I mean,
and anything subtle, he's not gonna pick up on it. I don't think. Yeah. He's just not that. He's not built that way.
No, I got it.
But yeah, man.
He comes from a time when he went to the movie theater and paid his nickel to watch all day.
Yeah,
that's back when you could do that. You know.
Yep.
Watch shows all day long. The little Western
loves
15-minute.
Yeah, loves
Western
the Westerns. He's a big fan of Abbott and Costello.
Oh,
loves that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Which that's really funny. How many times have you heard the Who's on First or something similar to that? Even now, that's a super famous bit.
You know what you have to show him if he hasn't seen it is Young Frankenstein. If he hasn't seen it,
I doubt it. I would be surprised if he's seen that movie.
Yeah, Marty Feldman and.
We'll have to watch it.
Funny stuff.
We'll have to watch it anyway.
Good stuff. But thank you, Payne Stain. We hope you enjoy your 2017. Continue listening, right? Or don't you want him to listen anymore?
No, absolutely.
Want him to stop?
Okay. No.
Yeah, you can continue.
Do what you do, bro.
Esoteric says, "Hey, Cory."
I think it's esoteric, but we'll go with Tariq.
That spelling is...
I know. That's not how you spell esoteric, but...
Hey, Cory, when does training begin for your next Quidditch tryout? Yeah, that's right. That's coming up. Will it be the Cannons again this year? Or are you looking at other squads? Please keep us updated.
Well, I think my professional Quidditch days are behind me.
No.
I mean, I've been training vigorously. Okay,
no.
And don't get me wrong. If the Chudley Cannons come calling, I'm showing up for training.
You're
camp.
not making an announcement now, are you?
I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying
You're not
it's
off
out
the
of
table.
It's not off the table. I'm not going into full blown retirement just yet. There's still a game or two, a match or two in these legs. Okay, let me tell you that.
No doubt about it.
But the Cannons aren't knocking down my door by any means.
Now, what are you? You're like a fetcher or a squeezer or a. What are you called?
I'm kind of like a really really poor man's version of LeBron James when it comes to Quidditch. I can do it all.
Okay.
I can keep. I can seek.
Okay.
I can bludgeon with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know. It's just I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm training.
It's a waiting
I
game.
I may take a trip across the pond this year.
Oh man,
I
hope so.
Give it one last go. Give it my serious output. I was so close last time.
You were.
I'm like, maybe this year would be the year.
And there's always coaching.
That's true.
There's always coaching.
Oh, I'm going to do the amateur. I'm going to continue to do my amateur Quidditch.
Yeah.
Start the youth programs.
You'll be able to do the over 30 leagues.
Oh, yeah. I'll dominate those. That won't even be a thing.
Yeah.
Probably, you know what, I'll say it. I'll be the all-star. I'll be the MVP of the league.
I don't doubt
More than likely.
When they start the leagues, you'll go into the league as an MVP.
Unless Samuel Kinsley starts playing. That dude's unbelievable.
Unreal.
The only man I've ever feared on a Quidditch field.
Well, the mustache is intimidating.
Epic.
Yeah.
Epic. The way that dude can curl it, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Pansy Scheme says, I love the show. I know it's a little after the fact, but how did you boys do for Christmas? I sent Jim a chicken sweater. I have small chickens, so I'm not sure if it'll fit American-shaped poultry, LOL. The package should read Anne from Bristol. I did not. I did not get a chicken sweater. I'm sorry.
Bro, you need them. You have chickens.
I do.
And you got to keep those things hot because they're producing eggs, man. That's protein. That's going to help those LBs.
But like she said, we got big, fat American chickens. These are
all right.
big honkers.
That's all right. You get the XL size. I'm sure they make varying sizes.
These are probably like turkeys in Bristol.
They could be. I don't know. I don't know what the Bristol chickens are like.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
All of ours over here are roided up, man. Usually they're big, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need a lot of meat.
Yeah, for KFC.
KFC don't need that. Man. Don't need those breasts to be big.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. I could never be one of those people that march in front of a business with a sign or something that says you're doing this or that wrong. I can't imagine it because I love KFC. I will always go there. I don't care what they tell me they put in KFC.
Oh, yeah.
Or that they're mistreating chickens.
No. It's well that and as a grown adult that can make your own decisions, you know, you're the one eating that stuff, man. There's no reason to freak out, if you will, about a business, you know, doing the things that they're doing. You're the one that goes there or you don't go there. That's if you choose to support that business, then do it. If you don't, you don't. You know. Plus KFC is delicious. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, Chick-fil-A, people hating on Chick-fil-A because they apparently the owners are Christians or something like that, and people don't.
No, I don't know. They made a slur or some shit.
I don't know, but their chicken's good. I don't care what they say. They own a chicken place. I like the chicken. I don't like them. Is that right? I mean, isn't that how you should go into it?
Well, I think what people they don't want to support that person anymore, right? You know, they don't want to pay them money. But then that's when you go to KFC, man. To me, I've had Chick-fil-A. I've had KFC. I'm going to give the nod to KFC because I think they put more fat in their stuff. Yeah. Which always tastes better.
Yeah. Have you had the they have it at all the Amish places around here. Now, you're not getting this stuff on the East Coast, West Coast. This is Amish stuff. The broasted chicken.
No. What's that?
You got it.
Is it breaded and roasted?
It's like a combination. Yeah, it's like a combination of deep fried and roasted. It's a much healthier thing, but it's better than anything you've ever had. You still get some crispiness.
Why have I not had it yet, though?
Well, it's about time you do. I'm sorry I sound like Ronald Reagan just then, but yeah.
What we need to do then? We need to eat some. We need to go get some right now.
All right.
Let's end this show and go get some roasted chicken.
All I ask you mofos to do is love somebody.